Hello, y'all. Am I on? Can you see my face? I'm trying to figure that out. It says I'm in the stream, but I do not see myself in the stream. That awkward moment when you just wait for the stream to start and you don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no, I'm just showing. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We got this, guys. We can do this. Hide. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. It has been such a nuts week for me. Let me know how you all are doing in the chat. So I'm just going to be hanging out today, editing a video. Feel free to edit along, work on some of your own stuff. I'm just going to kind of be talking you through the process of what it's like to edit a vlog. So I will give you a little let me close this other tab now that I can see myself. So I'll give you a little rundown of what exactly I'm doing. So if you are a regular viewer of the channel, you know that I have not posted any videos this week, which I normally post 2 to 3. Like I said, it's just been a really wild week. I'm actually talking about it in this vlog that we're editing, so it is very meta. But I'm going to upload a vlog on Saturday instead, just to kind of make up for it. So that's what we're going to be editing together today. It's mostly finished filming. I'm just continuing to vlog today and tomorrow, so we won't actually be able to like export the video because I have to add a few clips to it, but we'll do the most majority of the process. I'm actually gonna hop on Twitter really quick and just let people know that I'm live, and then I will start sharing my screen and we'll get started. And I will try to stop also every like 20 minutes or so and just check comments and answer any questions and things like that. I normally never say this, but if you do want to be sure that I see your comment, you can leave a super chat. I don't ever beg for those by any means, but they show up really big. So if I'm not answering your question, it's just that I'm editing a video, so it's hard to see. We are live. All right, let us start. Ow. How long does it usually take to edit a 10-minute video? It's a good question. You'll see. I'm actually curious to see if I edit quickly today because I have eyes on me, or sometimes when I'm by myself, I feel like I can get distracted. I open up Twitter, I get on Instagram, whatever. I'm not going to be doing that here, obviously, because I'm not going to be like scrolling while you guys are watching. So we'll see. But if I'm editing by myself, it can be an 8 hours. I mean, we're not gonna hang out for 8 hours. I'm gonna have to get up at some point, but yeah, it can be pretty long. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. So what I did, and actually let me move my comments to my iPad so I can still read those. There we go. Okay, so what I did already is I pulled all of my files off of my SD card and put them into a folder. Actually, and also, can you guys look out and let me know if my audio starts to sound really weird? Sometimes my microphone, when I have a bunch of things plugged in, it starts to be kind of weird. So just let me know if it starts to sound really staticky and I'll disconnect and reconnect it. All right, so I pulled my files already. Now I'm just creating, these are like little folders that you can use in Final Cut. And I pulled those into there. So I have this folder. I'm pulling it up now. I know you can't see it, but it's just a simple, folder on my hard drive. Sam says it takes me 3 to 4 hours for a 10-minute video. That sounds about right. Like I said, I think sometimes I get distracted or become like a super perfectionist with some of my editing. So it doesn't have to take 8 hours, but definitely like the entire process takes a long time. I mean, when you factor in thumbnails and, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. So what I just did is I just dragged all of the clips in. And what I'm doing right now is if you command, by the way, this program is Final Cut Pro, if I didn't mention that. Thank you. Great like Nori. That's my husband. Thanks for the $10. Command minus sign or command plus sign will collapse or expand your timeline. This is what we're looking at right here. This is called the timeline. So this is an entire, this is where all the clips go. So I just collapse it a little bit to just like see what we've got going on, scan through it. Okay, it looks like everything's there. I did record a vlog clip on my phone as well. So I'm going to pull that off. I try not to record on my phone, but sometimes my camera. And so I'm going to send that through. Okay, I have like 3 clips actually. So I just airdrop them to myself. That's usually the easiest way to get those. We'll wait for those to come in. And the first thing that I do is, here we go. First thing that I do when I start editing is I do any color grading or any corrections and things like that that I need to do to the clips themselves. So usually for vlog clips, I don't really do color grading. If I do a sit down video, I'm going to balance the, colors and all that. I don't really do that for vlogs. But if you notice here, do you see how the iPhone clips look? This was really weird. When I got my new iPhone, they started doing this. I was like, what is happening? And so you have to go into this little, I don't actually know what this is called, this like control panel, I guess. And actually, no, you don't. Sorry. You go into here, into your effects tab, and you have to look for this thing called HDR. Because if you record on your iPhone in HDR, it gives this really weird tint. And then you open up this control panel and choose the second one. At least that's what I have to do. And now it looks normal. So weird, I know, but that's what you got to do. And then if you want to copy what I just did, so instead of having to go through that entire process again, even though that one looks normal, doesn't it? I don't know. You can just click shift on any of the other clips that you want to color grade in the same way, and then do command shift V. And then that will enable you to paste all of those effects that you just added. So now all those clips look normal. So we good. All right. So like I said, I don't do any color grading. So what I'm going to do is I put on my blue light glasses now. I always wait until I'm done with color. Hopefully this is not annoying with the light. Tell me if the glasses are annoying with my ring light on. All right. And then we just start editing. So this is kind of an interesting vlog because I started vlogging last week. And if you have been watching the channel and listening to the podcast, you know that last week I was really going through it. I was really sick. And so I stopped vlogging like here. Now this is this week. Wow, that's 20 minutes. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with this stuff because I'm probably going to do a little recap. So we're just going to kind of like, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of this and I'm going to add it to a new project. I'm just going to say like earlier vlog or whatever. Boom. Okay. Because I might come back to these clips and just include a little mini recap of the week before. All right. So then I'm going to expand my timeline again. So once you do that, you're able to see these waveforms. This kind of is a good indicator that these are areas that I can start cutting. So that's what the first round is for me. It's just for cutting. And what cutting is removing any gaps, removing any spaces, and just like literally stitching the clips together and making them more cohesive. So that's what I'm going to do for right now. And if you press the space bar, it will start playing for you. So this is just like some intro kind of B-roll stuff. I'm making breakfast. So I'm going to cut around there. You really want to start where action starts. Nobody wants to just like look at a messy counter. So Command B enables you to cut on your keyboard. These are all keyboard shortcuts. Okay, so that's like super long. So we're going to cut that again. Actually, that looked messed up. The lighting was weird because the camera was adjusting. So I'm going to probably actually start it around here. And then you can just move on. You can just click delete to delete your clips. And I really like to use the arrows on the keyboard to kind of scan back and forth versus just dragging the playhead. I feel like gets a little bit more precise that way. Good morning. Happy Monday. Thank you, Karen, for the super chats. Appreciate it. Today, but I'm trying to make the best out of it. I am up bright and early in my finest business casual attire. I know you all can't hear the audio, I don't think, unless you're hearing any of it through my microphone. So apologies for that. But come back on Saturday if you want to actually hear what I'm talking about. So this is something that I hate eating. Like I hate watching people eat. I hate hearing people eat. So I always cut out for jury duty when I actually start chewing. I've never done this in my life. I'm 30 years old. No mukbangs from me. Called once and they I never had to go in. So I'm explaining what's going on with my life right now in this clip, and it's really early in the morning. It's like 7 a.m. on a Monday, and I'm really tired. And so I'm talking very, very slow. So this is something else that I like to edit is I just try to speed it up. So any of these areas, again, where there are, you can see the waveform is low, like I'm not talking, you can just clip those out. This is something that I learned is the more kind of gaps, the more white space, the more dead air that you can eliminate, the better and quicker moving your vlog is going to be. It's not as natural, right? Like naturally we talk, we have we wait, we stop. But when you are thinking, okay, the purpose of a vlog is to entertain people, you kind of need to be quick and choppy. So I'm going to play that. I never had to go in. So we're going to see how this goes. It is probably the worst timing on the planet because last week I was sick, really sick. I'll tell you about what it ended up being in a little bit. I have more time right now. I am literally just trying to. Thank you, Anna. Coffee and some toast. So I can make it there on time and not go to jail. So I'll say more about that later. But yeah, I'm going to jail. Thank you, Anna, for purchasing the roadmap. Excited for the work session today. I'm working alongside you. Yeah, let me know for the 30 or so of you who are watching, what are you all working on right now? Are you working on something else? Or are you just kind of watching? What are you all up to? I'm really curious to know. But thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the course. Also, I'll do my little plug while we're here. In the description box of this video, there's two things actually. If you're interested in creating videos for Vlogmas, where you vlog every day or record some type of video every day in December up until Christmas, there is a link where I created some calendar prompts, so you can check that out. It's totally free. I'm not even collecting your email address, but I so want you all to participate under my hashtag so we can have a little community. I'm going to be posting on YouTube, my normal schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I will also try to post on TikTok and or Instagram on Tuesday, Thursday. So check that out. And then I also listed underneath that the wait list for the Online Business Launch Lab, which is going to be soft launching on Cyber Week. Stay tuned. It's going to be launching at a kind of crazy deal. So definitely check that out if you are interested. So we've got people working on a proposal while watching. Awesome. I hope you get it if you want it. Engagement for a client. Hiya. Hey, Percy. How's it going? Derry is editing photos for his new business. Currently engaging on Insta. Saw you were live. Thought I'd join and get some motivation to get some stuff done. Just got a new MacBook. So recreating video intros and end cards. That sounds productive, Monique. Love it. Working from home today. Working 9 to 5 as a financial analyst. Amazing. Doing social media management for my job. Hopefully working on a vlog soon. Client engagement. Awesome. Okay. I am going to get back to the vlog. Sorry, I got distracted there. So we're going to see how this goes. It is probably the worst timing on the planet because last week I was sick, really sick. This is another thing. I know you can't hear it super well, but mouth noises also really bother me. So I was like, so I always cut those out too. I'm really careful about y'all's ears. Okay. Last week I know a lot of people watch with headphones too, so I always try to keep that in mind that, nobody wants to hear like, lip smacking in their headphones.
Sick, really sick. I'll tell you about what it ended up being in a little bit when I have more time. Right now, I am literally just trying to down some coffee and just trying to.
And then again, if you want to command plus sign, that'll help you get more precise. So this, I had another like little annoying mouth noise. So
Down some coffee and some toast, so I can make it there on time and not go to jail. I'll tell you more about that.
and then this area it's kind of weird. Like it's sometimes when you cut, you get a weird transition where it's kind of hard to explain, but it like the sound just bumps right up into each other and it sounds really clunky. So sometimes you just have to play around with this. Like I expand the clip really a lot to try to like see can I if you get these little two arrows, I know it might be kind of hard to see, but and you sort of like drag it this way, sometimes that can sort of help make it a little bit smoother.
I'll say more about that later, but yeah,
Sounds better. Working on product landing pages, creating websites to get your business up and running, editing the back end of one of my company's websites. You all are busy. I love to see it. I love to see it. Do you all feel like this time of year has been really busy for you? I'm curious.
I'll say more about that later, but yeah, I've been sick last week, so I'm behind on everything. I'm behind on emails and
I always feel like I say, yeah, I'm going to take like, all of December off. And then September comes around and it just gets so busy. All right. I just stopped talking. Sometimes this happens. It's really hard sometimes vlogging because you have all these things you want to say and then like you just don't make sense, or at least that's what happens to me. So I'm just deleting again all of this white space.
yeah, I'm just gonna do what I can do and hope and pray that I don't put on like a two. And I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, which is also quite important. So
Extremely busy, especially this week.
a mask all day, and every time I wear a mask, and I have
I work in podcast production, have been really busy. A lot of people want to start podcasts in 2022. Yes. For the brief, I edited podcasts for like a year. And then I was like, I can't do this. It was really fun, but I was not cut out for it. And I remember December's, January's were always just like so busy, but it's good for business.
and no, I'm not doing makeup. I'm like, I have to wear makeup.
So what I'm doing right here, this clip is like super long and I'm really over explaining myself. So I'm like showing my outfit. Like none of this is really necessary. I think I'm going to delete all of this, which is actually kind of what this question is saying. How do you decide what you want to keep in your vlog and what you think is valuable to your audience? I think this is exactly a great example of this. So I'm just like talking just to talk. Sometimes, I don't know. I just keep going and I feel like I always have to over explain everything. I don't know that what I'm saying here is valuable. Basically, I'm saying I'm not wearing makeup today because I have to wear a mask all day because I'm doing something. You guys can watch the vlog to figure out exactly what I'm doing. And like is that important? I don't know. I think I just kind of maybe felt self-conscious because I didn't really look camera ready, but does anybody care? You know what I mean? I don't think anybody cares at all. So I would say that this is not valuable, and I pay attention to the time too. If it's like 10 seconds, okay, maybe it's like a funny little thing that somebody will take value from, but it's like 20 seconds. It's a bit much. So I'm going to delete this. And that's the answer to that. I just kind of, and I run through this. Obviously, we're not going to do this in like, this couple hours of editing together, but I run through these multiple times. And I think that's why it takes me about 8 hours, because the first pass, really, I am just editing. I'm just cutting out the gaps, like editing, color, audio, stuff like that. But the second time, then I sort of more so go through for context and content and make sure that things make sense and that everything really, needs to be there. So I try to do like a TikTok transition for this one. I don't know if it's going to work. You kind of have to like, is that cool? I don't know. Let's see. I'm amazed that you can pay attention to us and edit at the same time. I kind of am too, to be honest. To be honest, I'm probably not doing a perfect job of editing. We'll see on the, the second pass, but I don't know. Did that work? Is that cool? Or is this like, should I just take this part out? Okay, I guess that worked. There we go. I appreciate you showing them this process. I've always had the idea that videos are pre-scripted and have to be perfect all the way through. Love that you can edit out all the messiness. Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. Let's talk about that in a second. About scripting vlogs or planning out vlogs. Extremely busy. I've been working with a Black-owned nonprofit to help Black-owned businesses start a food line through the company I work for. That's awesome. Yeah, I want to talk about scripting these in a second, but I'm going to get through a couple more clips. So this is a different day. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding the day transitions in. If you click on these little kind of triangle things, that's where your transitions are going to be. And they're called Twitch transitions, not Twitch like the platform, but they are this guy, his name is Ryan Nangle, I think. He does YouTube too. That's where I found him, I think. He offers a lot of free uh whatever they're called, transitions and what do you call them? Why can I not think of they're called? I don't know. Free plugins on his website. So I think his transitions are always really cool. So that's what I use for my transitions in the vlogs. And I try to follow a similar format. This is my advice. If you have a series like the Week in My Business series, like this is, use recurring elements so people know that they are a part of that series. You know what I mean? So the transitions are always the same. They're these Twitch transitions. Whereas for my normal videos, I don't really use those. I use something else. And then I also always use these little animations that I created on my iPad in Procreate that just show what day it is. So if you notice it's green, so maybe we can do a Procreate tutorial on a different day. I'm actually really not good at it. But you create it and then you put it behind green. It's like a green screen basically, and then you go down to your effects and drag the keyer over it, and that's how it gets transparent. So it keys out the green, just like a green screen. So then you can resize this, move it wherever. Sometimes I try to put it somewhere kind of fun, like if I'm cheersing with a coffee cup, I'll put it on the coffee cup, whatever. But for this one, I'll just put it in the white space, and then I need to do the same thing for my Monday one because I didn't do that. So again, these kind of recurring elements can just help people realize like, okay, this is a Week in My Business video. Like, yay. I don't know. This one, I'll probably just maybe I'll do it in a breakfast montage. I don't know. I'll probably move that at some point because I don't really like that there. But anyway, so that's how you do that. Okay, so what someone was saying about scripting. So for vlogs, I never script these. They're truly what you see is what you get. But what I will say is sometimes I will make a little list of things I want to include. Like if I know I'm having a really busy week, this week has been really busy. So I actually didn't do this week and I probably should have because there's a couple clips where I mentioned something twice. So I'm going to have to, delete those. Oops, that was supposed to be there. But I'll just make like a little checklist, like be like, okay, make sure to talk to them about blah, blah, blah. Make sure you go to Target and show the new, I don't know, whatever you want to do. But it's not a script by any means. It's more during the pre-production process where I am just kind of talking about that stuff. And it helps keep things in order too. So I know that I did everything and that I'm doing things in the right order. But otherwise, no, these are not scripted at all. It is truly what you see is what you get. I don't know. I'm laughing there. Since you're editing a vlog, I'm going to ask, do you have any tips on the transitions between scenes? So yeah, that's kind of what I showed you. You just use an actual transition. And I personally use this one. I use the Twitch transitions for the days. Now between scenes, we're going to get to that at some point because this is all Tuesday and I did a lot on Tuesday. So I'm going to actually show you how I do that. So okay, there's still a little bit of delay in the snap, so I gotta like figure this out. That was better, right? And also these little arrows here, if you want to make it full screen, sometimes that helps. if I can't like see details, there's still a delay. It's gonna really bother me. Um, how do you determine the length of your vlogs? They're usually all end up being about the same length. Like I vlog every for most of these vlogs, I do a weekly vlog, so I vlog a little bit each day, and they usually end up being about 25 to 30 minutes. I asked my audience, I've asked you all on Instagram, um, what you like, and a couple people said they like short vlogs, but most people like really like the long vlogs. I like as a viewer, I like long vlogs. I mean, both have their benefit, you know. I think a short vlog I like too, especially if it's like a daily vlog. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just have a cup of coffee, listen to this person talk. But for I think that this type of content is the type of content that I hear from you all a lot that you put on while you're working in the background, or you know, you do your makeup and get ready while watching this. So I feel like 25 to 30 minutes is a good maximum. I probably wouldn't do anything longer than that. This is such a long clip. Oh my gosh. So I'm telling this story. I'll just tell you, I'll spoil it for you a little bit. One of the reasons that I didn't upload this week is because I had jury duty. So I'm telling this long story time. You guys, I almost cried in front of the judge. It was a pretty for a socially awkward person, it was a very interesting situation. So I'm telling the story time. So this is one I'm definitely going to spend some time with. I'm not going to bore you all with this part. But I'm definitely going to go over this like in the second and third pass and really shorten it down, because if we expand this out, 227. No, I did not talk for 20 minutes. Hold on. You know what? I think I did 2 takes of it. So sometimes this happens also. Somebody mentioned being perfect. I do think I did 2 takes because, yeah, so these are 2 different clips. So I'm just going to delete the first one because I think the first time I was like, oh my gosh, that was like 10 minutes. That was way too long. And then I think I ended up talking for 10 minutes again. So 2 minutes till 11. So I talked for 9 minutes. So that's a long time. That's a video on its own. So I'm going to really spend some time with that later, but I won't bore you all with that part now. But I'll give you an example because somebody asked about transitioning between scenes. So here I'm saying, I don't know if you can hear that, probably not.
Let's do it. All right, I was going to try to wait till a little later to share some little updates with y'all.
So I'm getting ready. I'm talking about the jury duty experience and then I'm going into filming. So here we could add a transition. I don't know if we need to because it's really pretty continual. Like I'm literally getting up from my room and then walking into another room. So I probably don't need a visual transition here, but there's going to be some spaces in other areas where it does make sense.
Because I don't have a lot of time to film.
Like here, maybe. Yes. So here I'm talking about filming. I'm giving you some life updates, non-jury duty life updates. And then this is like 3 hours later. I actually got done filming 3 different videos. So some time has passed, and that's a good time to add a transition in when time has actually passed. So because that's what transitions are meant to do. They're meant to signal some type of change in time or setting or something like that. So sorry, my phone is doing weird things. So I like to use, I think they're called Slide. These are also Ryan Nangle. Shout out to him. I think that's his name. I hope I'm saying it right. I use these transitions. They're called the Slide transitions.
Because I don't have a lot of time to film. I'm done filming. The first
And there we go. Someone's knocking on my door. Hold on. I don't know if Norris is still watching my stream, but if he is, can you open the door? Okay, he was watching. Okay,
done filming. The first 2 didn't.
So there you go. So you see how it actually is signaling, okay, some time has passed.
Done filming. The first 2 didn't feel very solid.
But I'm gonna look back at them because this happens to me all the time, and then I realized they were good. I was just nervous, so. But the third one felt good, which is the one that kind of matters, right? All right, matters, right? Right. All right, so. I like long vlogs, especially when I work. Helps me feel like I have someone working with me since I work at home. I agree. That's why I like podcasts too. About his day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. It's gonna be a bright and early one. Okay, so this clip I already know. Let me skip forward. I was trying to cover up like my doctor's office address on my calendar and my piano class address, and I missed one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to right click on this clip, and there's a couple things I could do. I could of course go up here. Nope, not up here. Sorry, I always get it confused. I could go up here to effects and I could choose censor, and I could add a censor bubble over like the area that I didn't cover this one in the beginning. And you can adjust the sensor so you can like make it less obnoxious. But I don't like how that looks because my finger's right there. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to right click and I'm going to show, or I'm going to do detach audio. So now the video and the audio are two separate clips. And then I'm going to find where I showed the address. There we go. If anybody really wants to stalk me at piano class, you just saw it. So congratulations. And then I'm going to go up to edit and scroll down to add freeze frame. And then I'm just going to like delete, oh shoot, move this, delete that, and just kind of like recalibrate it. So the freeze frame, where is the freeze frame? Here we go. The freeze frame is showing while I'm talking, if that makes sense. Little word to the wise is like, be careful if you do vlog, be careful what you show, because I have had many times back in my old apartment where our old apartment would like write our apartment numbers on our packages. And when I was vlogging a lot and I was a lot younger and a lot more naive, I would just show those things. And I haven't really told a lot of my stalker stories, but they definitely exist. So just be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Appreciate all the insightful content you put out. Thank you so much, Anya. Hey, Anya. So Anya is my video editor. She edits my podcasts and some other videos too, but primarily the podcast. I edit my vlogs. I think it's important for vlogs. I think that's really hard to delegate. I think that's part of the beauty of vlogs is that they're very personal. It's like a video diary. So I haven't outsourced my vlogs, but Anya does edit my podcasts and she's fantastic. So hey girl, hey. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the comments. We're just gonna keep it moving. What was this? Sometimes I just crack myself up when I listen to my vlog clips. I'm like, why am I like talking to myself like how vlogging is? So here's another day transition. So we're going to put the Twitch transition. Like that was long. I don't know why I needed to step into the frame that slowly. Someone's asking which editing software she uses. I don't know if they're asking about you, Anya. I use Final Cut Pro. But I think Anya uses, what is it called? Adobe Premiere. If I'm not mistaken. Premiere is what I learned how to edit on in college, in school. But I prefer personally to use Final Cut, but they do the same things. You can do pretty much all the same things with both programs. And what I started editing on, I know I'll get this question at some point. I started editing on iMovie. iMovie is honestly fine for vlogging. Like if you're just trying to do a YouTube vlog or whatever, iMovie is completely fine. Maybe we'll do an editing session in iMovie one day since it's free. I honestly don't use it anymore, so I'll probably be a little bit more rusty about it, but you can do a whole lot with it.
Hi, good morning. Hello, how you doing? It's Wednesday, 9:21 a.m. I just wrapped up an accountability group call, and now I am going to get on a call with my video editor. I was trying to get a little bit of editing done in between. I mean, I have 40 minutes.
This is very meta because in this clip, I'm talking about getting on a clip with my video editor.
I'm going to get on a call with my video editor.
Tell me which YouTube niche is good to start with. A faceless YouTube channel. I've never done a faceless YouTube channel, so I can't really speak to that. I think YouTube is a visual platform, so I would lean on the side of you should probably show your face. But I know faceless YouTube channels exist. That's just not my area of expertise. I think if you're trying to build a business with it or something, I think putting your face on is pretty. I'm like clearing my throat. Sorry, that's what I'm editing out right here. I think that's really important. I will also say, like, this is just a little piece of advice, I guess. People really don't care what you look like. Like, I mean, just like I was saying about that earlier clip, if you were here about me cutting it out because I was like explaining myself and apologizing for not wearing makeup, like literally nobody cares. And if they do, like, block them, move on. Like nobody cares about them. I think we're our own worst critics for sure. I like look at clips and I'm like, oh my gosh, Latasha, why do you look like that? You couldn't have like put on, I don't know. I just like pick myself apart. Nobody else ever does that. So I know when I'm watching YouTube, I watch people, who all kinds of people, men, women, people who are, tall, short, every race under the sun. Like, I don't care. I just care about the content. So we're really hard on ourselves, but that's my little piece of motivation for you is people still connect with faces. When you hear that in marketing, when people say people love to see faces, they don't mean only a certain type of face. It's just people connect with seeing other people, So if you want to, I think you should try. All right, I'm gonna take like a 2-second pause and go through some of these comments because we're getting a ton. I think people are waking up. Even more meta, I am watching as editing your next video. I love it. I love to see it. Anna, I would love to see an editing session iMovie. I just started filming some vlogs for the first time and all I have is iPhone and iMovie. Yeah, absolutely. We can totally do that. What I'll say is all of the functions are pretty much the same. So everything you see me doing for the most part is the same. So like Command B, I'm pretty sure the keyboard shortcuts might be different now. I actually can't remember because it's been a while since I've used it, but it's a very similar process. So you can just Google the keyboard shortcuts, but cutting, deleting, transitions, like it's all pretty much the same. Got a question for Anya. I love that we're having this like meta conversation with my video editor. Here for it. What's the difference between Final Cut and Premiere? I can tell you because I've used them both as well. And Anya answered as well. Adobe forces us to buy a subscription, but as far as I know, Final Cut you just buy once. However, Adobe gives you tools to create anything. Yeah, so Final Cut is one and done. You just pay for it once, and you can use it on unlimited devices too. So like I have an iMac, I have a laptop, I have an old laptop. I can have it on all of those and there's no limitations. So I do like it for that reason. But as far as functionality, they're very similar. But what Anya brings up is a great point that the Adobe products, so if you want to use Photoshop, if you want to use, what is it called? After Effects, I think, where you can create like animations and stuff, those are Adobe products. So they're going to work together with Premiere better than with Final Cut. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, maybe try Premiere, but they're pretty similar in terms of like how the end products look. I find the ones that critique your looks are the ones who are most unhappy and just need to put others down. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I don't think people really care that much. Well, and they shouldn't. Like even if they do, like screw them, seriously. Who does that? Most people are genuinely just really nice and don't care what you look like. They like content and your energy. I totally agree. What's a good source for background music for videos? So the YouTube audio library is a good place to start. I can actually show you. Um, Actually, I can't because I'm doing this on my iPad, so I'm confused. But if you just Google YouTube audio library, that's a good place to start. And then I use a tool called Epidemic Sound, which maybe I don't know if we'll get to it today, but I'll be using that to pull music. I like it because they have more like contemporary kind of sounds, I guess. So what's a cheaper Hootsuite alternative? There's so many social media management tools, and I kind of don't want to talk about that today, just because we're focusing on video editing. But maybe if anybody knows in the chat, or if anyone wants to share what they use for schedulers, feel free to share. Um, I don't know all the prices off the top of my head, so I don't want to say, what's cheaper, but there's so many scheduling tools. It's so hard for me to give a recommendation, guys, because I think a lot of that stuff is really personal preference. Even with video editors, it's like some people like iMovie, some people like Premiere. I don't know. Use whatever you want. Um, and pretty much all of the social media schedulers are going to give you a free trial. So my recommendation is just to try them out, see what works best for you. Facebook Business Suite. I agree with Rashida. That's what I use to schedule for my business. We just use the Facebook Business. What do you call it? Facebook. I don't know. I can't think right now. I can't multitask, but exactly what Rashida just said. They allow you to schedule and actually post directly too. So you don't need to, get the notification and stuff. This clip is like, I'm so sad, and I'm not sad. I was being very introspective, and it's again so long. Like maybe this is just its own video. I think I'm gonna delete this clip. I'll have to watch it through and see because I don't know. Okay, so I basically skimmed through. Now the other thing about the iPhone clips is that they when you drag everything in, it goes sequential the right word. But the iPhone clips, you have to figure out where they go. So I need to figure that out. Like, what am I even showing here? I'm showing a burger. I'm showing driving. I can probably look at the date on my iPhone too and see what day these were taken, but I'm going to need to fit those in too. Rashida, it's Creator Studio. Okay, so I have another question for you all while we're here. I am actually recording a podcast later today with my operations manager. I asked in a podcast before if to see, um, meet some of my team, and a lot of people said yes. So, do you have any questions for us? Anything about the business? Anything about specifically what she helps with is the courses. So, if you have any questions about the upcoming course, anything about like managing those, and you want to drop them in the chat, I would be ever so grateful. Or you can think about them and tweet them to me at the Latosh James. I'm interviewing her later on. I literally have no idea where these clips are from. I think they're from Tuesday. Yeah, they were from here. So I'm just dragging those in. Wait, what the heck is this? No, that was wrong. Hootsuite was a little expensive. My team started developing our own social media scheduling website. Okay. I'm going to leave this Rashida's comment up If anyone's curious, it's a Facebook Creator Studio. It's like I think these clips got added in reverse because I think I drove there, then ate the burger, and then this is from like the next day. It's kind of a boring clip. I don't really need a highway, like two highway clips in a row. So I'm just going to delete that one. All right. Okay. So I am now in sort of this second phase where what I'm going to do is go through, add more of my titles because I didn't do them everywhere, add the transitions. And this is kind of where I'm going to start like auditing for content and seeing what needs to be in here and what doesn't. So that's what I'm doing.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
I also like to add a little montage in the beginning just to, with a vlog, the goal is sort of to capture attention as quickly as you can. So I'm going to need to go back through my footage. And once I finish vlogging this week, maybe there'll be something kind of interesting. Might also be with this old footage from the week before, I might put together just like a 1 minute recap of the week before. I think that might be interesting to do here because I usually like to add a montage with music that's just kind of like really fun and choppy. So I think I'm gonna work on that to really set the tone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab all this old footage. It's gonna be kind of tough to do on the spot, but we're gonna try it. So I have like 20 minutes of footage. I'm gonna condense this down into 1 minute. This is just me like cooking breakfast. I don't know. I think yeah, I'm literally doing nothing. Okay, this is me folding clothes, and I think I'm talking about how terrible I feel. So I'm gonna include a tiny bit of that. I'm sorry. I know you can't hear it, but this is just sometimes you get clips like this that are just true gems. I was really going through it. This was like the worst day of my not feeling well, and I was not making any sense. I started this clip over 3 different times. So defeated. I sound so defeated. Okay, so I got again, I know you can't hear it, but this is the clip I needed. I said things are falling apart. I'm going to grab this. This is going to be the highlight from that day. And then we're going to move on. So you're going to make it really quick, really choppy. People don't need to hear the long explanation. I've already explained in my podcast what was going on and stuff. We're just going to grab little sound bites like this to make up, a 30-second to 1 minute montage in the beginning. And I'm probably going to add a title that says like, tried vlogging last week, didn't go so well or something like that. Sometimes I like to do this little zoom in for like little funny moments like that. And how you do those is you go here into this, what is this called? Transform tool. You click on the arrow next to it and you click on crop. And Ken Burns, our dude Ken Burns, famous documentarian. And you line up, weird sounds are happening. Okay, that's actually backwards. So we're going to go back to that. It's Ken Burns. reverse. If you click on this little tool, it will reverse the direction that your Ken Burns happens. So you can zoom in. Those are kind of like funny. Or you can just crop it and choose crop, and you can just like, oh shoot, no, that's not right. Transform. And I could just like zoom in on my face if I wanted, especially because like, what is that? Like my room? Oh my God, messy. So I could, just crop the laundry that I was doing out. But that's not as funny. I'm gonna keep it Ken Burns. I feel like the mess really it helps illustrate the point that I was very not well last week and that things were indeed falling apart.
Okay, so the story starts here. I'm sick. I'm not doing well.
Here, I'm just grabbing this point where I said I'm sick, I'm not doing well.
Similar is the like head of NA. I'm reading that for vaccinates. 2 interviews. He knows so much. I was see the issue there. So urgent test today broke a lot of things because a lot is writing on that. And then today, I'm just having one of those moments where I just
It's actually kind of making me sad because I really was struggling and it's kind of like not fun to watch. So that's something else I try to keep in mind. Like I like to keep it real, but I also don't want you guys to be like depressed after watching these videos. So I think there is a line too of like what am I showing my computer? There's a line between like being really real and really honest and also like making people sad. So I try to balance that a little bit. You're editing this on your iPad? No. So I'm editing on my, um, whatever you call it, MacBook. But you can use your iPad as what's called a sidecar. So you can use it as a second monitor. So that's what I'm doing so that I have the comments down below on my iPad and I can watch the comments while editing at the same time. It's pretty cool. If you have, I think you should have to have a newer iPad, like past few years iPad. You Google how to use that. Don't need that time lapse. We'll probably do something fun with this clip where I show actually take it. I'm just pulling the clips that I'm going to use for this montage right now. And then we're going to like put them together. What we're going to do next is we're going to have to choose our music. I always like the good old Nespresso clip, right? Like every vlogger has to include an espresso clip in their vlog. I'm joking. It's just so stereotypical, but it's a good, like somebody else asked about transitions, and it's also like a good transition without using a scene transition, just showing something that's passing time because that's what a transition does. It's like, okay, 2 minutes have passed because that's how long it took to brew this cup of coffee. So I make just a really quick. I'll also often speed these up, but again, we're going to wait until we get the music and we decide what we're going to do with it. Reading a book. Okay, that's boring. Eye watering.
Barely keep it open, so we just got worse than ever. And PM, and I'm feeling worse. It is a lot.
What is the best way for me to upgrade yourself from being a freelancer, virtual assistant from many years? Now I want to do something to automate and have a team. Check out Check out my video. It's not that old, so you should be able to find it on my channel.
Feeling worse than ever. My eye.
It's called How to Scale Your Business. Truly, that's my advice. It's long. I'm not gonna lie. Here's my negative 50th negative test. Yeah, it's long. It's like a 30-minute podcast, but honestly, that's the best advice I have about scaling. Free Britney. I love the Free Britney shirt.
Used all of the tests are negative, but
Freed Britney. Am I right?
try to power through. Today I only have one call. It's a podcast interview actually with my bookie. I just got an email that my new logos for
Do you vlog on your phone mostly? No. All of these clips that you're seeing for the most part, besides those like traveling clips or the highway clips and burger burger clips, are I use this is the Canon M5, I think. And I talked about it in my last video, actually, about my entire YouTube process. Canon M5 with a wide angle lens. I just vlog on my phone when I'm like out in public. I never bring my camera out in public. It just feels so obnoxious. So I wish I was one of those people who could have like my whole like rig set up at, famous hamburger, but
I feel like crap. I'm really confused. All of the tests are negative, but I'm not going to dwell on that. The tests are negative.
finally our girl is free and I'm living for it.
But I'm not going to dwell on that. I think one of the hardest things about being
Okay, so I think we have most of the clips. And then this is actually, I pulled myself together on Friday and did a photo shoot with an amazing photographer. Her name is Shelby Dubin Photography. She actually just released the photos to me last night. So, what I'm probably going to do is just include, like I said, I'm going to make a little montage. I might even just do a little, here's the photos, like a couple of quick snapshots. She was asking me to vlog. So, she on me vlogging, so I'm a little behind the scenes. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, let me remove this, stop sharing for a sec, stop screen. Okay, I'm gonna go to, how do I move this back to my computer is the question. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out how to get this back on my computer because I'm going to show you. Oh, there we go. So I'll show you how I get music. Somebody asked about that. Share. Pulling up my Epidemic Sound account, but I'll also show you the YouTube audio library because that one's free. It's making me do the CAPTCHA thing. I don't see any motorcycles. Oh my gosh. Okay. Share screen. Share screen. Window. Chrome tab. All right. Hopefully you can see that. Let me know if you can't. I hope you can. So this is what Epidemic Sound looks like. You just go in here. I usually go to genres and I usually start with like indie pop or something, just kind of like light, you don't want your music to be overwhelming and like, why can I not find it? You don't want it to be super distracting. So that's usually what I do. And then I also usually, sometimes it makes sense to have vocals, but I usually click on the vocals tab and choose instrumentals. I hope this isn't too loud. Don't like that. Okay, that's like a nice, like just chill. So I might download this, download the full mix. And I just have a folder in my excuse me, on my hard drive that is called Free Music, Epidemic Sound. So I just sometimes when I'm just bored, I'll pull tracks too so that I have them in advance so I don't need to do this in the moment. Michelle, I understand that feeling. You know what? Can you hear my microphone still? I just realized I was playing music. I hope you guys can still hear me talking. Um, I am going to be honest. I actually feel like I don't want to make this dramatic and say I have a breakdown before I post every vlog, but I get really nervous before I post any vlog of mine. And the reason is the same. I feel like I'm like, why am I sharing this? Like, what is the point of this? Or I'll be like, did I overshare? You know, there's this line between sharing just enough to be interesting, compelling, relatable. And then it's like, am I sharing too much of my life? Like, am I being dramatic? Am I being annoying? And, you know, honestly, something that helps me, I'm going to stop sharing for like 1 second. What helped me? Pay attention to what everybody else is doing. And people put out a lot of dumb stuff on the internet. People get really internet famous for being really ridiculous and not helpful. And I'm not saying that to put anybody down, but if people can do that, why can't you? You know? And also realizing that your story is important, even the things that you don't think are important, somebody's going to relate to it. Somebody might be, you know, went through something similar. So keep that in mind. Okay, back to the music. And the last thing I'll say on that too is ask yourself, just kind of how we were talking about earlier, how do I decide which clips I keep in? Well, I ask myself, I say, is this helpful? Like I talked about that, you know, me apologizing for not wearing makeup. Is that really helpful to anyone? Is that moving the story forward or is that just me like rambling? So ask yourself for every clip, is this helpful? Is this educational? Is this entertaining? Something. I kind of like this one. So I'm going to download this and we're going to use this for the montage, I think. Okay, so stop sharing. We're going to go back to Final Cut. Bill feels the same when doing emails for clients. Do you mean that you think nobody's going to care or something else? Share screen, window, Final Cut. Okay, so we've got our I'm going to pull up my mix, YouTube, free music. And I just drag this into the clip. Let me move my comments back down to my iPad so I can double screen again. I think I was posing for a thumbnail. I'm like, what am I doing? This is not even a clip. So what you do when you're editing a montage, you try to edit with the music. So again, I know you can't hear it. I'll turn it up louder so maybe you can hear it a little bit, but
Things are falling apart. I'm sick. I'm not doing well.
so basically you can look at these waveforms, kind of compare waveforms in the music with the waveforms in the videos, and I don't want to say match them up, but you kind of want to make them work together. So that works because I'm talking, so I want the focus to be on what I'm saying, where I'm saying things are falling apart, and then the music is pretty low in this section, so that works. I'm probably going to do a little zoom in here. I said I'm sick. We're just going to make it really dramatic. Again, you want to capture people's attention at the beginning of the vlog. This is going to help with your watch time. I'm not lying. I'm not clickbaiting, but it's just, you know, let's amp it up a little.
I'm sick. I'm not doing well.
Here, again, I know you can't hear the music, but it makes sense to cut it there. I have a bunch of unreleased vlog footage. Thinking about just putting it all out for Vlogmas. Do it. Do it, do it. I did a video one time that was called, like it was, like, just footage that I hadn't released, and people really liked it. It was kind of fun. I haven't kept up with doing that just because I end up deleting my old footage a lot, but I think you should. I don't think this coffee needs to be in here because we want to keep the focus on me talking about how miserable I feel. So we're going to move that towards the end. I'll do a Ken Burns here. When I do time lapses, I like to do like a Ken Burns sometimes just to like make it more interesting to look at.
It is 11 p.m. and I'm feeling worse than ever. Negative. Slept forever.
How did you learn how to edit videos?
Still feel like crap. I'm really.
All right, I think we can delete that clip, even though I like my Free Britney shirt. You all saw it. That's all that matters. I edit videos actually when I was a part of this program called Education for the Arts. So, yeah, I've been editing videos since I was like 15. And then I went to college for it as well. But what I will say is you do not need to. Truly, like YouTube, YouTube everything is on YouTube. Everything is in a course. A lot of I mean, I learned the foundations of editing in school, but learning, how to edit for YouTube, I think is still different. And that still just comes from like watching a lot of YouTube and just being active online. Anya said, I'm self taught too. Everything is possible on the internet. Awesome. Anya, do you have any resources that you use to learn? Or did you just kind of like YouTube University? YouTube University it? So I think this montage is pretty much done. I think what I might do, I know that we have some behind the scenes footage from the photo shoot. So I might throw some of those in there if it looks interesting. I did a TikTok too. You guys follow me on TikTok if you want. If you like vloggy kind of things. I've been kind of doing like little mini vlogs on TikTok. So I'm gonna airdrop these behind the scenes iPhone clips to myself as well to see if there's any of those that I want to add into the beginning montage. But we've got about, yeah, 20 seconds. That's pretty good for a beginning montage. You don't want it to be super long. Angie, also self taught. What books are you currently reading? Right now, what am I reading? I'm usually always reading like 5 books at once. I haven't been reading for the past few days though, just because I've been sick and at jury duty. So, I'm still reading that book, The War of Art. I kind of like put it down and started reading something else. I just finished The Minimalist Entrepreneur. The War of Art. We're keying this again. If you've been watching since the beginning of the vlog, you saw me do this already. Or no, sorry, not keyer. That's not what I need. I need HDR. So I'm going to finish up the War of Art this week, I think. HDR tools. put on the setting. And then once again, we're going from the beginning, what I'm doing, copy all the edits I'm doing to this one clip. So I'm doing Command C, doing Shift on all the other iPhone clips, and then Command Shift V to copy all those effects over. I accidentally duplicated these. I'm just going to delete those. What else am I reading right now? I think that's it. I guess I need some books. Does anyone have any book recommendations? I usually am seriously reading like 3 at once, but it's just been a really weird time. So these are verticals. So I think I'm going to try to do something cute. Like, I don't know what I want to do with this. So you could do a couple things. You can crop it, you can transform, and then I can just make this like a, whatever, a normal clip. She's so cute. I just loved her. She was amazing. She sent me my emails, my photos, and she was like, "Your photos are so cute. You look business chic with just enough yeehaw." So maybe I'll do one clip like that. And then I think for the others, I'm going to do like I'm going to keep them vertical and have them pop up next to each other. We're going to get a little artsy in here. YouTube University for years. I've purchased a couple courses on Udemy, but to kind of learn stuff in depth. Everything I know is practice, trial, and error. Yeah, I think that's my best advice too, is like just YouTube the basic stuff, I mean, learn how to just cut on your own. And then if you are like, okay, I really want to learn how to make animations, or I really want to, do something more specific, then you can probably just Google and search for a course that is in that specific thing, is probably what I would recommend. Wow, the legend is really live. Who's the legend? Lord Bubba. I like your screen name. Thanks for stopping by. I really want to stream more because it's honestly so fun. It's a little hard to be entertaining and do stuff at the same time. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm enjoying my time with y'all for sure. So I think I'm gonna do something like this where, yeah. And then what I'll do is it almost looks like a film strip, right? It's kind of cool. Again, we're going to edit to the music though. I kind of want more of her in it though, because you can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm going to change this clip. I'm going to add a marker here, which if you just, on Final Cut, if you just click the letter M, it will add this little purple marker. So I know that that's where I need to drag the clip in. And I'm going to get more of her in this shot, because otherwise it just looks like I'm sitting at a booth. And it's like, what am I looking at? Thank you so much. Been learning from your videos. Feels insane that you're reading this. You feel too real. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Same for this one. I feel like, what am I doing? Oh, this is a good shot, right? Oh yeah, let's do that. I was really struggling this day. I was not sick. I just want to say, I know I keep saying I wasn't sick, and you guys are probably like, why is she saying that? But I just don't want anyone to think I was being irresponsible and being out in public when I was sick. It was actually allergies. And I tell the story in the vlog of like just how bad they were and how I fixed myself. But I was really struggling through this shoot, and I don't feel like I looked very like she did a great job of making me look better than I really did, is my point. I'm still using iMovie to edit. It's so basic. Final Cut looks so much more profesh. Diamond, your videos are amazing. I just watched, I think, newest video a couple ago or yesterday. I don't know. My time is confusing, but you've been killing it. That's all I gotta say. iMovie is great for what it is, but yeah, you can definitely do a lot more with it. Okay, so do you guys want me to share the little montage with the audio? I can try to put my microphone up to the speakers so you can kind of see how it all works together. I'm gonna try to do that. Hopefully this works. Let's see. Things are falling apart. Things are falling apart. I'm sick. I'm not doing well. Hi. It is 11 p.m. and I'm feeling worse than ever. Negative. Just dark. Oh my gosh. All right, so that was kind of messed up in an area I didn't realize this one clip was so long. So I'm gonna edit that, but you kind of see the how it works, right? You get the idea that you just edit along with the music. That's a little bit more interesting to see for your first clip than me. Oh no, it says the screen is black. Can you see now though? See again. I'll again. That's weird. I guess I can't screen. It's giving Mean Girls. I can't go out. I'm sick vibes. I love that. All right. I will I'll play it again. I don't know if you could hear the music at all, just to get an idea of kind of how you edit to the music, but I'll press play again and we'll just have to watch it in the small version. Sorry y'all. Oops. Things are falling apart. I'm sick. I'm not doing well. Hi. It is 11 p.m. and I'm feeling worse than ever. Negative. Just dark. Oh my gosh. All right, you get the deal. You get the deal. That clip is still really long, so I'm going to mess with this a little bit. I also might add a background of some sort to this because I don't like that it's just black. I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a gradient. Maybe I'll find like a film strip kind of thing, but you get the deal. That's kind of the gist of it. Rashida, that was great. Thank you. Thank you. A 30-second clip. I did it. And yeah, it is a little long, so I'll cut some of this out. But anyway, that's the deal. That's the deal. So I don't know. Nina, hello. Wrestling with Disney. Nina, I'm really curious too. I'm trying to show your comment, but it's not showing. That's annoying. There we go. Nina creates videos as well. Nina, join in on the chat. We're talking about video editing programs. We got my video editor here in the chat, or at least she was earlier. What do you edit with, and how did you learn to edit videos? Putting you on the spot here, but I'd love to hear from you. Michelle says that she likes the black. All right, well, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to keep it black then, unless anybody feels otherwise. I'm going to go ahead and pause the edit for like 2 seconds because my voice is my voice is not doing so well. And I'm just going to answer your questions real quick. Let's remove this for 2 seconds. Let me mute myself. Okay, sorry. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to get a water break as well. And Nina uses iMovie. You're not the worst. I'm telling people iMovie is good, and you can check out Nina's videos. I think they look professional. They look nicely done. I like the black as well. All right, I'm leaving it black. Do you put your photo shoots under business expenses? Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. If you are using your I mean, okay, I always have to make the disclaimer that I am not a tax professional, right? Talk to your accountant, your CPA. But yeah, as long as you're using your photos for business, which, they're going on my website, I'm using them for social content, I'm using them for YouTube thumbnails, then yeah, my accountant allows me to write them off as well. So the photographer had to be paid as well as the location. I paid for that. So we rented out this like coffee shop was where we were shooting. And so I had to pay for that as well. So both of those were business expenses. Great questions. Anything else? Other questions? Let's see. How did you find your editor? I don't know if she's still here. I'm sorry. I keep clearing my throat. That's so annoying. I don't know if she's still here, but she actually emailed me. I mentioned it in one of my YouTube videos. I was like suffering extreme burnout. And honestly, I've never outsourced video, but I'm at the point where I think I might need to. Anya, yes, I am. I was like, I think I'm at the point where I might need to outsource my video editing because I'm really burned out. And I edit for hours and hours and hours a week and I can't do anything else. And so she emailed me and she was a viewer. So, yes, Anya, cold email, y'all. Okay, but I want to say something about the cold email. I have a video on my YouTube channel about cold emailing as well. If you want to type that in, Latasha James cold email. There's a right and wrong way to do this. And the reason that Anya stood out to me is because one, she was a viewer. I mean, this was like a hidden message in the middle of one of these long vlogs. So she clearly actually watched, the entire video, which I think is important, especially for a video editor. Same thing for my partnerships manager. Email me, but I was a regular viewer. He really understood my brand. And I think that's really important. Like I said, especially for a video editor, if they're going to like edit something that's not your normal style or they don't understand you're trying to that can be really hard. So that was really important. And also she was super professional. I hope it's okay that I'm saying this, Anya, you're like right here, but yeah, she was super professional. She wasn't like, sometimes I get cold emails and they're like, your videos are really bad. They need to be better. Or I just got one the other day that was like, yeah, I saw your videos. I really like your videos, but your thumbnails are not good. I can design your thumbnails for you. And it's like, that's just rude. Like, there's a way to say I could improve something without tearing somebody down. So, yeah. Tuning in while working digital marketing agency in Delaware. Thank you for your amazing content. Amazing. Hello from Delaware. I've never been there. My dad's from Maryland, though. So that's my closest Delaware connection. Yes, it is. I'm happy you're talking about me. Okay, good. Didn't want to put you on the spot. I've also been overworking, restructured my schedule this week and taking the day off tomorrow. Learning to rest is so important. I agree. Yeah, it's been a kind of crazy couple weeks for me. Not in the business though, to be honest. Again, I'm going to talk about it in this video. So if you guys come back on Saturday, I will post the video. You can catch up with it and see the final product. It actually hasn't been crazy busy in the business, but it's been really crazy. Nothing, terrible, but I've just had like a lot of appointments and things like that. So today it's a hoodie day. After the stream, I am doing nothing and it's going to be nice. I love cold emailing as an introvert. I did land one social media management client that way. Amazing. Only one, but needle in a haystack, right? A lot of cold emails to actually get responses. So I hate that random IG DMs. Me too, especially when they criticize you. It's like, you're going to give me a cold email and tell me that I suck. Why would I want to like work with you? That's not fun. Show that you can add value without making someone feel terrible is key. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to go back to editing. If anyone is just tuning in here, I'm just literally editing a video. I'm trying to kind of explain what I'm doing, but it's also kind of just going silent for some periods of time. So if you have something that you're working on, you want to just hang out, feel free to, you know, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing around here. Um, was I sharing my screen that whole time? Now I'm confused. Whatever. Okay. Hopefully you can. Yeah, there we go. We're back. We're back. I understand. I created an influencer marketing brand, First State Destinations, as a way to change the very delayed way of marketing strategy in Delaware. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's huge.
Things are falling apart. I'm sick. I'm not doing well. It was 11 p.m. and I'm feeling worse than ever.
I don't know that I need this coffee clip there either. I think I'm going to either move or delete that. Maybe I'll move it to the next day, which is technically a lie. So someone was asking, do I script these and things like that? Every once in a while, I'll move a clip around. If it's just B-roll like this, technically I didn't make this cup of coffee this day, but it kind of makes more sense to put it in with the breakfast. So little white lie.
And I'm feeling worse than ever.
And then here, I'm going to do a little transition as well. And where's everyone from? From South Africa. So we got South Africa, we've got Delaware, Michigan up here. Where's everyone else from? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I always forget after talking for like an hour and a half. I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of hard to talk for an hour and a half at once. So I think for that montage as well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some kind of indicator that this was the week before. I don't know. I got to figure out how that's going to make sense because these were the clips from the previous week. But I'll figure that out later and see how it all kind of flows together. Gaithersburg, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sorry. Gaithersburg, Maryland, Carborough, North Carolina, Kansas City, Missouri. We're like the cream in the order, right in the middle of the US. Another Midwest Heartland person. What's up, Elizabeth? I actually really want to go to Kansas City. I've never been there.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm in a not great mood today.
Oh, and then I also have to stop this music, by the way. You don't want the music to play the entire time. So what I do is I'm going to probably start fading it out. Yeah, this is actually a good spot. So what I do is I take these little arrows and you know, like drag it like this to make this kind of like arch thing so the music fades out. You don't want it to I don't like to make it like a hard stop. So I like to do a fade out and kind of transition into the talking. I think this comment is really funny. In South Africa, we only know New York, LA, and Texas. So funny. Michigan, Missouri, those are all in the middle of the country.
I'm in a not great mood today.
So funny.
I'm up right.
I guess there's one that I'm closest to. I'm closest to New York is where Michigan is. I mean, I know you've seen a map, I'm sure, so I don't have to explain it, but that's so funny. When I somewhere back in my like the first time I really traveled, oh, I was in Nova Scotia in Canada, and they were like, "Michigan, where is that?" And they're like, "Is it like New York? Like, is it close to New York?" And so I got to the point where I would just tell people I'm from Detroit, even though at that point I had never even been to Detroit. I'm from 3 hours away from Detroit. So you just have to, like, say the closest big city that somebody might have heard of. And then when I was in Paris, everybody was like I I just love Paris. I miss Paris so much. Everyone was so nice, but they kept talking about Eminem. Like, that was what they knew about Detroit. Obviously, cars and Eminem. They're and techno. In Paris, they definitely understood that Detroit was the birthplace of techno. A lot of people here don't know that, but it is. And so people would either techno or they'd be like, "Detroit, like Eminem." Like, yeah. Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. I love it.
Morning, happy Monday. I'm in a not great mood. I'm trying to make the best out of it.
Somerset, PA.
Bright and early in my best business casual attire for jury duty. In a little bit, I have best business casual attire for jury duty.
I'm gonna do a zoom in here too, because I say for jury duty. So you just use this to kind of accent, it's like little highlights, little sprinkles, little things that you want people to pay attention to, or maybe things that are a little bit funny or quirky. That's where you'll do those little visual cues there. This is a good question from Michelle. Do you use Final Cut to edit and TikToks? Yeah. You know what? One of the reasons I really did not like TikTok is because I don't like the editor. Like, having to time things perfectly, and I still don't like it with the text because it just bothers me. So I usually do edit my TikToks in Final Cut, and then I just export the full file, and then I just add the text and things like that in TikTok itself. Will you be doing your version of Vlogmas this year? Yes. If you open up the description box of this, there should actually be a calendar. It's a Google Calendar. If you want to add it to yours, feel free to participate in Business 2021 is the hashtag. So I'm going to be doing my normal video schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on YouTube. And then I think I'm going to be mm, probably doing like TikToks on Tuesday and Thursday, or maybe Instagram Reels or something. I don't know. I'm going to try to post a video every weekday at least. Not going to commit to weekends, but anyway, I added a Google Calendar link. If anybody else wants to participate and use that hashtag, we can kind of create a little community and watch each other's videos. So feel free to join in. And you also don't have to follow the prompts in that calendar. Feel free to use the Business 2021 hashtag if you would like to, and just post whatever you want. So that's that. From Philly, reside in Baltimore. Amazing. My dad was from Baltimore. I lived in DC for a little bit, so I know that area. All right, back to the edit. My mouse is like dying, so I might have to cut this a little short. Hate TikTok editor. I agree. It's so hard to be precise.
Attire for jury duty. Never done this in my life. I'm 30 years old. I think I've done golf once.
I have a question for you all too as I'm editing. Have any of you done jury duty? Because this was an interesting experience for me.
I never had to go in. So we're gonna see how this goes. It is probably the worst timing on the planet because last week I was sick, really sick. I'll tell you, it ended up being.
Here's a little. Again, maybe this is like, you guys might judge me for this and think I'm being clickbaity or whatever, but if you can preview what's coming up at the end of your vlog in the beginning of your vlog, that's another good way to increase watch time. So I know you can't hear it, but I said, yeah, I'm getting ready for jury duty. It's a bad time because I was sick last week. I'll tell you what it was later on. So, and I actually don't talk about what it was until, a few minutes later. So this is another good tip if you are vlogging or even just in regular sit down videos. If you want to say, stay till the end for my secret tip or whatever it's going to be, that's another good thing that you can do to get people to actually hang on, as opposed to just being like, okay, this is boring, and then clicking away.
I have more time right now. I'm literally just trying to down some coffee and some toast so I can make it there on time and not go to jail. I'll tell you more about that later, but yeah, I toast so I can make it there on time and not go to jail. I can make it there on time.
I'm going to do a little Ken Burns here too, because I said I need to make it there on time and not go to jail. I don't know. Elizabeth just went, but luckily didn't get chosen. It's like it feels like the Hunger Games. I feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get chosen? Ah. Okay. So strange that Vlogmas is such a big thing. This side, everyone goes on summer vacation, so no one's really working. Oh, so it's summer there. I didn't think about that. I feel like the other side of the world, like not North America, is way better about taking time off. I don't know if that's true or not. Let me know if you agree. But all of my clients who are in Europe, at least, I don't have any clients in like anywhere in Africa, but my clients who are in Europe, they take time off. Like Christmas, they're like, bye, see you in 3 weeks. And yeah, it's not the American way. I definitely want to adopt a little bit more of that attitude. I'm gonna add a transition here too, because this part is a little harsh. Yeah, that's harsh. So we're gonna just go with a slide transition. Slide left. Bill, time off. What's that? Yeah, we can't relate. Oh, interesting. You don't have juries in South Africa. Huh. So do you just have like a judge who just makes the final decision? You don't have to get into it all. I know that's probably a complex question, but that's really interesting. Everything closes for December. People get a 13th salary. So people just party and chill for a month. Oh, goals. I need to come to South Africa. Do you, as a self employed person, take part in that too? Or is that mostly like a corporate thing? So here we've got some just a time lapse. So I'm gonna put some music over this as well. What I kind of like to do is I like to continue the montage music since it was only like a minute ago. So I just copy this and then like pick up where I left off. So I'll delete that part. It makes a nice like seamless sort of transition. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fade it in and then also fade it out. I've seen time off and work schedules done the best in Kuwait. Oh, interesting. I've never been to Kuwait. Have you been there or do you know people there? Usually take 2 weeks in December and then take my real vacation in July over my birthday. Never work on my birthday. I love that rule. I try not to. I feel like the last few years my birthday's been on like a Monday or something though, so it's kind of been hard to get out of. I'm gonna keep this audio faded out a little longer. It just sounds a little better. I might do a little zoom in here too, just to make the shot again more interesting since it's just static.
Long story short,
So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get quite as far as I wanted because I do have to hop off at noon. I have a call. So if anyone has any final thoughts or questions, we can start asking for those. And I'll kind of recap what I did a little bit too. I did the montage, which are usually kind of the hardest to do because they're more the most sort of creative element, really. And then I got all my clips in and I cut most of them. So now this second round, what I'm going to be doing is just going through and like editing for context, content, making sure everything is in there that I want to be in there, and then adding any little cards like this, more transitions, things like that. So, really, for the rest of the day, I'll probably be able to get this wrapped up today for the most part. It won't be too bad. I just need to really sort of a clear jury duty experience. And again, going back to one of the first questions we got is how do you decide what to keep in? People don't watch me for like jury duty tips. I mean, I also understand a lot of my audience is tends to be around my age group. Maybe they got called for jury duty the first time. Also, it's just kind of funny and sort of entertaining. So I am going to leave bits of it in, but I definitely need to cut this down to make it really choppy and just like, here's what happened. Here's the funny part. Here's why the judge yelled at me. Boom. So I'm going to work on that. That's going to be the hardest part to cut this 9 minutes to. My goal is probably to get it to about 2 minutes, which I know sounds excessive, but if we saw in this montage, I mean, this was 20 minutes of clips down to 30 seconds. So editing truly is magic. Elizabeth asked what I do my recording on. So again, if you're asking about vlogs, this is the camera. This is my vlog camera that I use. It's a Canon M5 with a 11 to 22 millimeter wide angle lens. That's what I use for like all of these clips that you're seeing right now. And then some of the just more sort of like B-roll clips or clips out in public or whatever. I just use my good old iPhone. This is the iPhone. I don't even know what this is actually. I don't know what it is. I got it last year. It's semi new. So uh, would you? Oh, okay. Robert worked in Kuwait for a few years as a contractor. I didn't get to enjoy the Kuwaiti time off, but from what I can remember, they spent much less time at work than in their personal lives. That's amazing. That's really cool that you worked there. I always like really wanted to live abroad. Maybe I still will at some point, even if it's just for a few years or a few months out of the year. Would you consider doing live tutorials more? This has been really amazing. Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to see? Do you want more video tutorials? Do you want like, I don't know, Canva stuff? Like, I mean, I'm not, you're a designer, so you should probably do the design stuff. I won't do that. But let me know if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see more of. Almost polar opposite of the US. Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, so I'll stay on for a couple more minutes if anyone has any additional questions or thoughts, and then I'm going to get ready for my meeting. And yeah, yeah, that's all I got. I'd love some tutorials, Canva tutorials, maybe social media tutorials like Reels. I have major imposter syndrome about Reels and TikToks. I can try, but I feel like I don't know yet. I'm still learning those platforms, but I will try. I will try. I think I'm trying to get better about like working in public and just being like, you know what? I don't know everything, but here's what I know? And at the very least, at least we're just working together, hanging out, chatting. I've had a great time talking to you all. Thank you for that. Thank you for everyone who sent in a super chat. This is another thing that I don't know when I'm cutting this. So I spent about 2 minutes saying I'm not trying to complain. I understand jury duty is a part of my civic duty. And the reason we do that is because if I don't do that, I know I'm going to get somebody in the comments being like, you're being such a brat. And I'm probably just going to cut it out and deal with the rude comment because, we know this. We know that I'm not, you know, The OGs, the people who know what I'm about, know that I am not trying to woe is me this story. So sometimes you just have to make editorial decisions like that. I can put a little disclaimer up with text. So I can go up to the T and click on basic text. And I might just do like a visual, like, hey, I'm not complaining. If you double click on it and then click on this control panel, not complaining. Okay, complaining, etc. You can do something like that as opposed to because it's just not fun to hear somebody like apologize for 20 seconds straight. I think we are all learning Reels and TikTok. That's true. That's a good way to look at it. These are new platforms. So who's really an expert at this point? So yeah, that's a good point. All the best with the meeting. Video editing tutorials are amazing. Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely do more of them. I mean, I think this was fun. I hope you all took some value from it. Any advice for someone launching a YouTube channel for a personal brand? I'm going to stop sharing and just go ahead and wrap up with my face here. Any advice for launching a YouTube channel for a personal brand? I would say develop your pillars, figure out what you really want to say, what you really want to be known for, and stick to that, right? If you are graphic design, personal brand person, figure out what those key pillars are that you're going to stick to. Don't start talking about the best tacos in your town while sharing Photoshop tutorials or whatever. Also, keep your target audience really in mind. So, I started my YouTube channel just as a personal channel, and I was just talking to anybody, sharing like beauty and fashion stuff. And it's fine. It all turned out well, but it was a very windy road to get to where I am now. If I was starting over from scratch and my goal was to get agency clients, if I said I want to work with startups to develop their social media strategies, I would be talking to startup founders, not to my peers, not to other random people. Like, really hone in on your target audience and make sure that the content you're creating it makes sense for them. And yeah, I mean, I think those are my biggest tips. Like, stay really focused. I've said this a few times in the last few podcasts and YouTube videos, but niche is better. Like, stay really niche in that you don't want to be talking about, I don't know, even just saying like business coach or social media manager. Those things can be kind of broad. Talk about, hey, I'm a social media manager for wellness brands, or I am a graphic designer who helps vegan food brands, or whatever your specialty is, because you really want to cut through the noise and speak directly to your target audience. That's my advice, really. And then the last thing that's just general advice, I think, is just don't be afraid to be yourself, to be silly, to put yourself out there. Nobody knows what we're doing, to the point of Francesca. I think we're all just learning. We're all just learning on YouTube too. Like, nobody's perfect. So just go out there and do stuff and have fun with it. As you can see, I mean, I've been editing for 2 hours and I'm still not done with this. I really like doing it. I mean, obviously it was a little slowed down because I was talking to you all, but it takes a long time, especially if you wanna be kind of creative with it. You have to like doing it. Like, I genuinely love doing this. This is so fun to me. This is what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day after my calls and just hang out, and, you have to like it. So, don't force yourself to do something that you actually hate doing? All right. I think with that, I'm going to take 9 minutes to go, grab some more water and hang out, chill out for a minute before my call. But thank you all for attending. Again, thank you to everyone who sent in super chats and comments and questions. And you guys are amazing. This is fun. We'll stream more. Keep an eye out. Be sure to subscribe. Check out the description box as well if you want to be included in Business 2021. I'll put the hashtag here. I'm going to be vlogging every day, December 1st through the 24th, either on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. So you can join in on that. And also, keep your eyes peeled. Saturday for this vlog, which we just edited together. Make sure to watch it, show it some love. And Black Friday is coming up very soon. So be sure to stay tuned for that, because we got some good things coming for that. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Y'all are the best. I'll see you soon.